Alright folks, and Big Grey is back again, and in this video we're gonna have a look at some intriguing villains, starting with this dude here called Darth William III. Now, his main weapons are his demonic lightsabers and his magical swords, and his main strengths are demonic empowerment and demonization, right? And he's got Umbra kinetic powers, and he can control time, and he can shoot lasers from his eyes, and these lasers can change direction at William's will, and he's got 3 brains, 3 hearts, and 3 souls, yeah, and he has environmental adaptability, and he has nightmare-based powers, and he's got object immortality, yeah, and his main weakness is that if his Horcruxes were destroyed in whatever way, shape, or form, then that's it. He's vulnerable to death. Yeah. And he's also very vulnerable to angelic powers, even with the Horcruxes anchoring his, But, anyway. On with the triple Sevenfold that he leads. Starting with this dude here, called Laser Demon. Now, his main weaponry are his flamethrower guns, and his strengths are laser beam emission, that he can shoot from either his guns or his eyes, whether they are demonic or temporal energy or fiery energy or magical energy or yeah, and he has demonic powers, obviously, and he can shoot lasers from his mouth region, if his eyes, or his hands for that matter, are useless. And his main weakness is that he can't counteract, angelic laser beams. The same applies with positive laser beams. And his laser beams can be deflected back, and they can seriously hurt him. Yeah. And this next dude here is evil corrupting Tartarosaur. Now his main weapons are his big hands and big claws and tail, and his strengths are, well, malice control, empowerment, embodiment, inducement, augmentation, and aura, and omnimalevolence, and he has corruption, manipulation, empowerment, embodiment, inducement, augmentation, and aura, and he has omnicorruption, and he's got a magically enhanced physiology, and he's a hybrid between a dinosaur and a horse. Yeah, and his main weakness is that he's too big to fit in small spaces. That, and he's a hard to miss target, so don't expect to miss him by a bar hair. But that's this next dude here is called Death Eater. Now his main weapons is Scythe of Death, and his powers are, well, intangibility, death control, and he has death empowerment, and he has death inducement, and he has soul mutilation, and he does have necrotions and omnicide, and he has resurrection, and he can regenerate, and he has blood consumption, and a sonic howl, and bandage generation, and he has umbra kinesis, and his main weakness is bright light, for obvious reasons, due to his being vulnerable to light like a vampire. But anyway, this next dude here is called Aether Cyclonian. Now his main weapons, the fire shooter and the Aether gun, and his powers are, reality warping and Aether control and mimicry and aura and breath and generation and whatnot. And he has fire-based powers. And yeah, and he has power mixture, and he has cyclone spinning. And his main weakness is that he can be put out by purifying water, and his reality warping can be interfered with and nullified by other reality warpers. And yeah. This next dude here is called Magic Dementor, whose main weapons are his big claws. Yeah, really, really painful claws. And his powers are, magic control, empowerment, embodiment, breath, generation, aura, absorption and augmentation, and reduction and negation and immunity, and yeah. And he has flight and a magically enhanced physiology. And he has magical metabolization, meaning that he feeds on magic. And he does have a demonic physiology, and he controls death and whatnot. And his main weakness is that he will lose the magic he stole to the point of being powerless, and the magic that he stole will go back to where it rightfully belongs. This next dude here is called Nightmare Beast, whose main weapons are his big, swords and blades, and his powers are nightmare control and nightmare empowerment, embodiment, inducement, augmentation, and aura. And he has omnipotence and omniscience and omnipresence, by which I mean he has unlimited power, unlimited knowledge, and has unlimited presence in the dream realm. And yeah, he's also got multiple heads and multiple arms, as you can see. And his main weakness is he can be dragged out of the real realm, into the real realm, in which case he is very vulnerable, cannot use most of his powers, apart from his shape-shifting, and he can die. And yeah. And this last dude here is called the Super Hellish Juggernaut. Now, his main weapons are his underverse, swords, right? And his main powers are demonic empowerment, demonic physiology, and his also got unbreakable skin and unbreakable bones, and he's also got superhuman strength, allowing him to lift 100 tons easily, 10,000 if he's empowered in some way, and he's also indestructible, and yeah, and he's also got multiple invulnerability and juggernaut momentum. And his main weakness is that once he starts charging, he has great difficulty stopping and controlling his direction if he builds up too much speed and momentum, for that matter. He likewise has below average intelligence, so don't expect him to be too clever. But, yeah. Anyway, with all that said, now that I've told you about Darth William III and his triple Sevenfold, I better go and see what I could do about my Easter series. So, thanks for watching.